Hey Virgo friends, long time no talk to. Are you ready for a transformative July? Yeah, it promises to be impactful on your long-term goals, and in today's video, we're going to take a deep dive into Virgo's romance, wealth, career, health, and travel sectors. This will cover Virgo sun, moon, and rising, and of course, there are thousands and thousands of Virgos out there at all stages of their life, so some of this will probably not resonate with everyone, and that's okay. Take what applies and leave the rest. And in today's video, I've broken it down in two different sections. In the beginning, where you are right now, will be a quick overview. So if you're short on time and need just the headline, so to speak, then I feel you and this is for you. The next section is a deeper dive. So if you could care less about travel or romance, you can skip those chapters and go right on to investments and career. But hopefully you'll watch the whole thing from the beginning to get the most info. Because spoiler, there's a lot of change for Virgo in July. Also, community members watch this video first. If you would like to know more about that, I have a link below. You can click on it and see for $2.99 you can join the community and get some first look videos, some extended videos, and some other goodies. And if that appeals to you, great. If not, no worries. Okay, let's do this. The key dates for July actually begin in June. June 30th, Saturn retrogrades in Pisces, and this is important because it's an important alignment. It's one of the more important alignments of the year, but it's also 5 months long. So we have it simmering in the background for 5 months. And I'm going to go into more detail about that as well. On the 2nd, Neptune retrograde begins and Mercury enters Leo. On the 5th, Cancer's new moon, and on the 11th, Venus enters Leo. On the 20th, Mars enters Gemini. The 21st is the Capricorn full moon, which is the second full moon in Capricorn this year, and Capricorn is the only one to have 2 full moons. This twin moon is very important. Okay, on the 22nd, the Sun enters Leo, and on the 25th, Mercury moves into your sign of Virgo, changing things up. So, okay, let's take a deeper dive into this. For you, the July theme is really about introspection and growth. Earthly Virgo is no stranger to inner work. Don't get me wrong, you are very much in tune with what's going on in the background, and you also know what you need to really work on to get closer to your goals and what's kind of holding you back. But this feels a little different as Mercury and Venus are in Leo in your 12th house. It's daring you to poke hidden agendas and deep desires. Really talk about with people or even don't really want to think about, and it asks the big questions like, what do you really want and why? What could the shadows tell you about your current situation? Are you staying in a job or maybe a romance longer than you need to because it's comfortable, or it's not challenging, or it's secure? Yeah, I mean, things are fine, right? That's kind of what's on the horizon. Saturn retrograde in Pisces begins at the end of June and doesn't end until November the 15th. And it pushes us to let go of what's holding us back and take control of our lives. And that sounds so simple, doesn't it? Just get rid of the things that aren't working. It's no big deal, except it is. It's a huge deal. To really understand what's not working, it's going to be highlighted. So we can expect things that aren't working for us, or things that we have committed to that maybe we shouldn't have, or things that worked in the past that don't work now, to be highlighted and to really show us, yeah, this is a train wreck and we don't need to do this. And we're going to see that especially with Virgo's career, but I'll get to that under the career section. And Saturn in Pisces can leave you feeling uncomfortable as things shift from surreal to silly. You perfected how to stay grounded, especially in logic. This energy is pushing you to let logic go and tune into your intuition. Be on the lookout for signs and know that this is actually a cosmic gift leading you closer to what you're seeking. It's just you can't get from A to B logically now. You have to do it following your intuition and the clues the universe is providing you. And to be honest, you don't have time for this in July because you're so stressed out with work and other issues. But if you will start kind of paying attention to these things, you'll see life will flow much easier. The Neptune retrograde from July the 2nd to December the 7th leaves us much more practical and logical, so that energy will help balance this out somewhat. It won't counter it completely, but it will take some of the edge off. When Mercury enters Leo on the 2nd, you're more creative. The energy is kind of in overdrive to create and explore new things, and that's going to be a refreshing change. The new moon in Cancer on July the 5th helps us harness our passions, and this new moon will hit it's your 11th house, bringing in new energy around being social and outgoing. So now you're going to be attracting attention in a very positive way, planning big trips, and feeling much more romantic and closer to your partner. Watch your dreams as well around the new moon for clues on what's missing in your life. Venus enters Leo on July the 11th, adding more passion into our romantic relationships and empowering us to be more confident in all things. Mars enters Gemini on the 20th, adding power, clarity, and focus to our communication. The second full moon in Capricorn on July the 21st lends us a bit more harmony and contentment. Now with Capricorn's light, you see your home and work situations in a very different way, and things that have been you've been struggling with may look very different. So this is really good. On the 22nd, we begin Leo season, and you may feel more energetic and more outgoing, so take full advantage of this. When Mercury enters Virgo, we see everything becoming more attention driven. It's less about having fun now, and it's more about getting work done, checking those boxes, double checking transmissions and communications. And by the way, we have a Mercury retrograde coming up in August, so we need to get plans in motion now before that happens. So this is a month of subtle changes that can bring about bigger transformation in the upcoming months. And it's very much behind the scenes changes that you're going to be making. It's not going to be front and center. It's not likely you're going to show up with purple hair tomorrow. It's more like you're going to redo some goals. So let's take a deeper dive into your career. Work has been stressful for Virgo for the past year. And it's not been easy. And now we see you getting serious about finding a new place of employment. You've talked to your supervisors, you've talked to coworkers, you've tried new things, and nobody seems to be hearing you. It's time to look around for a new place. So keep sending out resumes and hang in there though. The problem will be resolved soon, probably within the next 4 to 5 months. And I know that it's like that seems like forever, but it's really not. Not if you can land a really good job, and a job that will give you the pay and the benefits that you need, as well as be much more flexible about your working time as well. I mean, you like a routine and you like set stuff, but you also know that, there's more to life than just work. We see around the 4th or the 5th that you reach out to old friends and that you start networking with them. Seeing their success inspires you to keep moving forward, and they may have insight on new job openings and actually some insight on some other things you could do. So don't hesitate to ask them and to talk about the situation. They're going to be a wealth of information. Later in the month, when Mars enters Gemini on the 20th, it energizes your 10th house, and you're much more assertive regarding your career. Your current supervisor is still adding more new tasks to your ever-growing list of responsibilities with no pay raise in sight. I mean, what is his deal? But you know your value now, making this a great time to ask for what you want and draw those clear boundaries, because they're being unreasonable. And it's really time to point this out and say enough is enough. Just watch your temper, as the company may try to manipulate you into working more for less. Let's face it, you're angry anyway. You've been angry for a while. You see how they're treating not just you, but the other employees, and it's really pissing you off. And you're tired. You're tired because you're stressed and you're working so much and you're feeling unappreciated, and you just have to be careful not to blow things up. Virgo has a tendency to be really sarcastic, and your words can really cut people to the quick. It's a talent you have. Most of the time you don't do this lightly, but now being so stressed, you could say something that would get you in hot water for sure. And that's not all. While you're dealing with these tense issues, your co-workers seem to have lost their minds. Again, work seems to be filled with drama, and personalities collide over the smallest issue. People aren't working, they're gossiping, they're backstabbing, and they're trying to leave early. So you've got all those issues going on. Employed and salaried Virgos could see tempers and heated arguments as people seem to lose their shit now. They will attempt to pull you into their mess, but keep your temper in check and don't get involved in the drama. No good can come from it. Whether it's right or wrong, no good can come from it. So step back. Gig workers and self-employed Virgos will have a much easier time. You will see steady income this month as new people are discovering you and really vibing with your products and your offers. So keep realistic boundaries in place around how much time you can give, or else you'll be overworked this month before it's too late and you get caught up in over-delivering and over-serving. You may decide also to revamp your business, your websites, your logos, your offerings, everything. This month or maybe late June, it starts. And this will just add more work and more stress. Is it something that's needed? Probably. Is it something that you need to do in the midst of more business? No, probably not. You're feeling creative and that's great, but you can't do everything. You can't up your sales and also rebuild your business from the ground up. Set some boundaries, be realistic about what you can farm out to other people. And I know you like to be in control of every aspect of your business, and that's great, but at this level, you're going to need some help. So don't be afraid to farm this out or to ask other people that you trust and where to look for people that could help you. Unemployed Virgos should send out resumes and apply for jobs all month long. That's a given. But around the 20th, 21st, you should land an interview. And the universe has your back because this position is much better than you first thought. It fit your criteria, but it wasn't anything exciting. Once you go to the interview, you're going to see that this is more in line with what you're trying to manifest for the future. So good luck with that. That's looking really promising. Okay, let's look at your wealth. Money is steady this month with investments paying a little bit more. You can also expect a small windfall around the full moon, and it's not life-changing, but it will be appreciated, especially as you have some new added expenses, maybe having to buy a new outfit for an event or maybe for that job interview. And you also are thinking about upcoming trips, and so you're getting really clear on how much money you can spend there. So any little extra that comes in is really good. Overall, it's a steady month, so there's no big hiccups or anything like that. So the money is steady. Virgo, looking at your health, it's really interesting. It's steady this month, but due to stress, you may experience headaches and stomach issues. It's not horrible, but Lord knows it's bad enough. These digestive problems could continue till the end of July. So it's all about your stress and emotional pain. That's draining you. It's making you feel just overwhelmed and tired, and you don't have a lot of energy to do anything extra. You get really excited for your days off, but then you just feel like, why bother? I just need to rest. And you do need to rest because, like I say, the emotional pain and the stress is draining your energy, leaving you just barely functioning. So if this goes on too long, it could turn into something else, and you don't want that. Reflection brings wisdom. Think about what is really the root cause of this, because this is the symptom, but what is the root cause? Why are you so stressed out? And you should be able to get clear on that pretty easy because, you've been thinking about it for some time. So what could you do to ease up some stress in the meantime while you're making these changes? And this is a great time to journal, do a small but impactful exercise routine, and maybe even talk to a counselor or a trusted friend about what's going on. The stress is mainly around work, and it just seems like you're kind of caught in this loop of not really seeing the changes that you need. But it's starting to affect your health, so it's time to get really serious about it. Something else that you can do is you can work with a stone or crystal to kind of take an edge off the stress. Will it magically fix things? No. Will it help? Sure. So a good stone to work with is amethyst, and you may not be drawn to it. It may be a stone that you have in your collection, but it's not one that you wear or carry every day. So I would suggest that you start carrying it with you. Amethyst is used to dispel stress, anger, fear, anxiety, and unease. So why aren't you carrying it with you, right? Amethyst does a lot more, but just carrying even a small piece will shift your energy and bring about a calmer mind and give you a little bit of clarity around the situation. And amethyst also can help pave the way for inner peace and emotional balance. So it's a great stone to work with anytime, not just in July. But in July, it will definitely help bring in more harmony and balance to your emotions. Get a small piece and carry it with you. You can wear it as jewelry, or maybe put a larger piece on your desk or work area too for some added comfort. Okay, let's look at your love forecast. Compared to some of the other signs, not a lot is happening. There is some romance going on, but compared to some of the others that are just kind of flipping out this month, no. It's much calmer for Virgo. The full moon in Capricorn in your 5th house highlights your romantic connections and creative projects. But You may struggle with self-confidence this month as your inner fears are highlighted thanks to Chiron retrograde in your 8th house. Energy healing, shadow work, journaling, talking it out, having a healing session, talking to a coach or a counselor can really help with this. Singles will spend time out with friends and family, and it's advised to go to parties, visit the beach, and maybe even attend a wedding. Something that will get you out there, shift your energy, and get you thinking about something other than work is really good. And you'll see people much more outgoing than normal, and people are generally friendlier than normal right now. And this helps with your self-confidence because you're not having to strike up a conversation. People are coming to you to talk to you. So this is kind of a nice change. And you could meet new people and even begin a new relationship around the full moon. A chance encounter seems to be sent by your guides, angels, or ancestors, because you can instantly see that there's an attraction with this person. There's a chemistry going on. But it's not love at first sight, but still there's a spark. And as you talk to this person, you see that you have a whole lot in common. And you may wonder how you didn't meet each other sooner, because you have common interests, you have common friends. And yeah, how come you didn't meet before? Because it's all about timing. And this is the perfect time for you to meet. So enjoy the magic of this as a new potential relationship unfolds. So this is really a nice thing happening for Virgo. Couples will travel a bit and could grow closer if you can stay focused on fun and get out of your head, Virgo. While things aren't perfect, they aren't bad either for most couples right now. You're reviewing the year and your relationship. You're getting closer to your birthday, and that always puts you in an introspective mood. You start thinking about your goals and where you want to be at each age, right? And so you're reflecting on that, and you're reflecting about what's going on with your relationship as well. Your partner has been going through some ups and downs and is having their own issues at work and their own issues with family members, and just lots of stuff is happening with them. And it's time to talk things through about the bigger picture. You're ready to make some changes, and they say they are too, but they're not actually moving forward on those changes. So we're talking about big changes for Virgo. You're talking about moving, changing jobs. This is big stuff. So you need to get concrete evidence that they're on board. And if not, you need to find out why not. You need to talk things through. So this would be a good time to maybe schedule a date night or a romantic trip to a B&B and have some fun, relax, and then the next morning get really serious and talk things through and create time for these types of discussions. But respect your partner as you discuss these ideas about change, because they may struggle expressing how they're really feeling. And it's not that they're wanting to do something else. It's just they have so much going on, they're probably overwhelmed, and now you're throwing this on the table as well. So you can see where this could be a lot. Just give them the time that they need in a non-judgmental, non-accusatory way, because you will work things out and it will become easier for both of you. That brings us to travel. As I said, this is a great month for planning trips and also taking small trips. You're probably taking road trips, maybe going to events out of town, maybe even out of state, but you're planning bigger things, a big international trip right now. And it's exciting, but it's also daunting because there's so many moving pieces. You love to travel, but right now, with your stress level so high, it may be too much to try and plan everything. So don't try and get it all done in one go. Create a list, put it on a spreadsheet, and do a little bit here and there. This should be a fun adventure, and doing the research about the place, checking for the best deals, those things are fun as well. And when they're not, when they become work, then you know it's time to step back and do something else and return to it when it is fun. Set a budget and be realistic about all that you want to do and see, and talk to your partner, talk to your family about what they want to do, and get clear on how you can make this best for everyone. It's going to be a good trip, and the change will do you a world of good, just being away from the stress, being away from work, being away from the things that are kind of aggravating you. There may be some issues with a neighbor or something like that. It's not bad, it's just maybe they're a little bit loud, or they're not picking up their rubbish bins when they're supposed to. It's just small things, and it's because you are so stressed and overwhelmed that the small things are starting to get out of hand. It's really important to take breaks, and this trip is going to be a really good one for you. So this is a lot for Virgo, but it isn't. There's not a lot of, oh my God, everything changed, but it is changing. This is the foundation of these transformational changes. You are getting ready to change jobs, you're getting ready to move, you're becoming much closer with your partner. Singles are starting a new relationship. I mean, everything's changing. You have some new investments coming in, probably late July, I would say. Yeah, so you have lots happening, and it's good stuff. And this is the beginning of it. Just stay as calm as you can and don't let the stress and the overwhelm get to you, and you'll be fine. You will be fine, because this is supposed to also be a month of great fun. That's why I'm saying go to those events, go to those trips, spend time with your significant other, spend time with your family, go outside if you can, be in nature because it's so grounding and so good for you, and enjoy yourself, because Lord knows, Virgo, you deserve it. You've been working so hard and you've been shouldering so many responsibilities. It's time to have fun again. All right, I hope you enjoyed this mini forecast. If you did, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and being a part of the Serenity community. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch these videos. It means the world to me. Stay tuned for more videos. Reiki blessings!